What's up, you data friends? It's Yanis here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Facebook's Llama models in order to summarize and question a PDF file. More specifically, we are going to build this Streamlit app from scratch that we are basically uploading a PDF file from here, and then we are extracting the text from this PDF file. We are clicking summary and we are summarizing the PDF file we have just uploaded. And then we also get to ask questions on this text. And before we get into this video, let me just say that if you're passionate about data science, then please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and enable notifications for my future videos. Right, starting with the first thing we have to do now is that you will need to make sure that you have all these libraries installed on your PC. If you don't, then run pip install and then these libraries. Right, the next thing we have to do now is to load our PDF. So what I'm doing here is that I'm creating this function called extract text from PDF that I'm only passing the path of the PDF file. Then I am opening the PDF file and storing it into doc. Then I initialize text equals to empty, and this is where I'm going to store the text. Then I'm saying for page in document, so this is going to go through all the pages and is going to get the text from the first page it's going to start with. It's going to store it into text, and then it's going to loop through all the pages in the document and then keep storing, so adding the new text on the current text. And then it's going to return all the text. Down here, I'm setting the path to my PDF. So this is just a random PDF I have picked from the internet. If I show it to you, it's actually this PDF over here. There you go. I went over in the internet and I typed PDF for cryptos, and then I picked the first PDF that showed up. And then if we go back, next I am calling my first function, which is extracting the text from the PDF, and then I'm storing it into PDF text. And down here, I'm just displaying the first 1000 characters. So if we run this, you can see that this is the first 1000 characters of our text. Moving on, the next thing we need to do is to test if our API key works. For this step now, we are going to use Groq client in order to call our Llama model, which is this one over here. If you don't have an account with Groq, you can actually follow this link over here, which is the available models, but it's going to take you to the Groq website. So you will need to come over here, create an account if you don't have one. All of this is for free, by the way, and then you will be able to generate a new API key. So you can pass this API key over here. The next thing you should do is that you should go over documentation and quick start and then select Python, and this is going to show you an example about how you can call the Groq API and then how you can select your model over here. So what I did actually in this piece of code is that I have copied and pasted everything that they have on their documentation website. You can see it's a copy and then it's a paste over here. The only thing I have changed is my key. So I'm going to comment this out because I have already run it. And I don't want to show you my key, but all of this is for free. So you can easily generate your own and run it. And then you can click run. That's all you have to do. And then if you get a response, which I did get the importance of the fast language models. It means that your API works. If you want to see what other models they have available on their website, you can actually click this link over here and you can see that you can choose from these models over here. What I have chosen, I think, is this one, the 8 billion instance. So I copied this model over here and then I paste it into the models over here and then click run. It's actually the model they suggest on their documentation to start with. No, it's not. It's the 8 billion, sorry. And I'm using the 3.18 billion instance. So it's a different model. I'm actually using a different model. But yeah, this is how you can quickly set up your API key. And this is how you can quickly check if your API key works. Again, all of this is for free. Moving on, the next thing we do is that we are going to create the summarize text function, which is basically going to ask the model to summarize the text, our PDF that we have loaded into the text. So what we do is that we copy and paste the example they gave us. So these chat completions, copy, paste down here. The only thing we change is that in the content, we actually need to pass the text. And this text is actually going to be our text over here, the PDF text we have just loaded from our PDF. If I come down here, we also have a try and except in case we get an error, we want to print the error. And then we call this function summarize text. We pass only the text. And down here, I am calling our function summarize text on our PDF text, which is this PDF text we have just loaded above here. And then I am just printing summary over here. And then I print the actual function summary. And as you can see, let me run it again. There you go. You can see that we get the summary of our PDF, and it's a very good summary too. So our model does a very good job on summarizing this PDF file. And just to show you what this summarized text is going to do in the Streamlit app, this is going to basically be this summarized text button over here. So first we load the PDF and then we click on this button, and this button is basically calling the function we have just created. But I'm going to show you how to do it later on in the Streamlit app. Right. Going back, the next thing we have to do is to create our next function, which is basically the asking the question function. So this function is going to take two things. It's going to take the context, which is basically our data, our text, and the question we want to run on this text. So it's a copy paste again of the previous function, so copy and paste. But the only thing we change is down here in the content, we want to have two parameters. The first parameter, which is going to be the context, over here, is going to be our text, which we're going to pass when we run the function. And the second parameter is going to be the question, which is going to be the question we are going to pass when we run the function. Everything else is the same. We get the same model. We also have a try and except, print the error, and we are just returning the response or the answer of the model. So if I run this quickly, you can see that I am passing the question, what is the main topic of the document? I am calling our function, the ask questions function. I am passing PDF underscore text, which is basically our text. Where is it? PDF underscore text, which is our text over here. All the text, not just the first 1000 characters. And then what else? I'm just printing answer and then printing the answer over here. And the answer is that the main topic of this document is bitwise investments, predictions, and insights, etc., etc. And just to show you where this function is going to run, is basically going to be this text down here that says ask a question about PDF. So I'm just going to say write an email with the main 2 points. If I click run, this is going to call that function we have just created. And as you can see, it wrote our email, so we can now copy paste it and use it. Right. Going back now, the next thing we have to do is that we have to put everything together in one cell, because we are going to convert this into a .py file. So we need everything in one cell, everything together. And then we also need to initiate our Streamlit app. So what we have to do is that we need to import our libraries at the top. We are actually missing one library, which is the image library. Let me get it quickly. There we go. I have added it in. I didn't show you from where I copied and pasted because I have my API key over there, so I don't want you to see it. Then we need to initialize our Groq client. Again, you need to add your API key over here. Then we have the first function we created, so copy paste, the second function, copy paste, the third function, copy paste, and down here is where we create our Streamlit UI. So first we need to add our title, so we say st.title, so streamlit.title, and then this title is basically this title over here. Then we need to load our image. So this AI pic file is actually this image you see over here. First we open it, and then we streamlit.image displaying the image in our app. Then we are adding this streamlit.file uploader, and basically this is this box over here that we need to browse and select our PDF file. Going back now, what we say is that if there is a PDF file uploaded, then we want to run our first function, which is extracting the text. And then we also want to add this subheader, text extracted from PDF, which is basically this subheader over here. And we also want to display the first 500 characters of our text, which is these characters over here. Nice. Moving on, we want to add a streamlit.button to summarize the text, which is basically this button over here. And this button is basically calling our function, as you can see over here, if summary button. So if we actually click the button, then we want to call this function, our summary text function. And then we also add a subheader called summary. And then we also write our summary, which is, if we click it, is where we're going to see our summary. There you go, you see our summary. Going back now, for the questions asking function, we need to add a text input, which is basically this text input down here. And then we name this text input as ask a question about the PDF. And if there is a question, then we want to run our ask question function. We want to add a subheader as answer, and we want to write the actual answer. So this is the subheader, and this is the actual answer to the question. Nice. I also have a bonus Streamlit app down here. And what I have changed here is that I have added the ability to choose from multiple models. So the only change that this Streamlit app has is that in our summarize text and ask question functions, I have added another parameter, which is the model name, and this is the model name over here. On both of them, you can see model name and model name. And down here, after we read our text, I'm giving the user the ability, so st.select box, to select from these models. So this is the summarize models, and this down here is the question asking models. And if I show you how this works, this is the app with the multiple selections. In case you want to have multiple models, you can see that it says choose a model for summarization, and I'm going to choose Llama 7 billion, for example, and then click on summarize text, and this is going to use the Llama 7 billion model. I've never tested this, so I don't know how long this takes. There we go, it ran. It looks like a very good summary. Down here, again, we get to select a different model, and then we get to ask the question. So you get the idea. In case you want to have multiple models, you can actually use the second bit of code. However, we are going to continue with this first Streamlit app, which is using only the Llama model. Right, in order to launch this Streamlit app now, we're going to have to convert this into a .py file, and then we're going to use Visual Studio Code in order to run the app. So first we need to create a new file, and this is going to be a Python file, a .py file. Then we are going to copy this code. Let me copy this, follow this, copy, and then paste it over here. Then you will need to add your API key over here. Don't forget this. And then you need to do file, save as, well, actually rename it first. Let's name it as YouTube Gem1, so Gemini 1, rename, and then make sure you save it. Don't forget to save it. I forgot a lot of times to save it. Then I am going to move this file from the location it was stored into a location that I actually want it to be. So I'm going in the PC, C, users, my name, and then usually it's down here. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Copy this. And then I'm going to paste it over here. There we go. And I'm going to open it using Visual Studio Code. So we can do Visual Studio Code. We need to select a location. So the location is going to be this one. Select the folder. and then the app is going to be this YouTube Gem 1. As you can see, I am just missing the API key. So I'm going to quickly paste it in, but I'm going to cut it off the video. There we go, I have pasted it in. The next thing we have to do now is that we need to come down here, and what we need to do, make sure that it runs. So I'm going to click run. And this is saying to us that there is an error on line 77. Oh, I've pasted it twice. Okay, give me a sec, let me remove this. We can actually edit in this file too, but how did I paste it twice and did not see it over here? Yeah, it's pasted twice. Okay. Well, we don't care about this file now. We are editing the file live on Visual Studio Code, so that's fine. So now we need to click save, and then we need to run it again. Let's see if this works. So there it says, yeah, there we go. It says to view this Streamlit app on a browser, we need to run the following command, and the command is actually Streamlit run and then the name of the file. So the command is going to be Streamlit run, and then the file is called YouTube underscore gem1.py. Don't forget the .py, otherwise it's not going to work. However, I need to run this on a command prompt, not over here. So let me cut this. Can I copy this? Check. Copy. Copy. No, I can't copy it. I need to write it again. So we need a command prompt, and we need to say, let me see. Yeah, it works. Streamlit run YouTube gem1.py. Click run. And this is going to launch our Streamlit app on a window on our browser. There you go. So now let's test it. Let's select a file. So we select this file. We can see that it extracted the text from that file. Click on summarize text. There you go. It works fine. Now let's test the other code with the multiple models. So if I come over here now, back to our code, and then I change our code, which is basically everything from down here and under. If I copy this, go back to Visual Studio Code, and I want to paste everything from here and under. I have edited some of these out because you got to see my API key, but what I did is that I have used this piece of code now, the second bit piece of code, which is the one with the additional models. Going back, I want to file, save this, and then going back into our app, I want to rerun. And you can see it says name extract text PDF is not defined, and it's because I did not copy that function. So let me go back and copy all of it again. So from here, from here and under, I'm going to edit this out so you don't see my API key. There we go. I think I've pasted the right thing now. So I'm doing file, save, and then going back and then clicking on rerun over here. There you go, now it worked. So I can select my model. I'm going to stay with Mixtral, summarize text. Okay, this one is taking its time. Probably is not as strong of a model. And we actually got an error saying there is a rate limit. Okay, let's choose a different model. Let's do Llama 7 billion. There we go, Llama 7 billion worked, and we got a very nice summary. Right, so this is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've gained enough value out of this video. If you feel like you did, then please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and enable notifications for my future videos. I'm going to keep this series of videos up. I'm going to keep testing all these LLMs. So if you have any specific LLMs you want me to test, or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'm going to see you in the next video.